Welcome to Bring Your Fire. Today we're talking about something bigger than spice. Something shaping how our generation sees the world.
According to Pew Research Center, 40% of adults under 30 get their news from TikTok before they ever open a real article. In 2020, it was only 9%. After quarantine, there has been a huge shift in how information spreads.
TikTok isn't just entertainment anymore. It's political updates, breaking world events, hot takes, opinions disguised as facts.
And when the algorithm decides what we see, it decides what we know. That's why this issue matters, because what teens believe is being shaped by creators, not journalists.
Here are a few examples of the types of news students scroll through each day.
Yesterday signed an executive.
Australian authorities are calling this a...
There were new Epstein photos released today.
Breaking news, another mass shooting in...
Trump is officially banning words from
To understand how this actually affects real students, we talked to someone who relies on TikTok for news every day.
My name's Nathan. I'm a senior at Hinsdale Central, and I spend about 3-4 hours a day on TikTok. I'd say several times a day. Usually it's mostly about local news or Chicago news, stuff happening in Chicago, but occasionally I get stuff about global news, about trade and economics and stuff like that. I feel definitely if there's a point of view on a subject that dominates my For You page, I eventually start to adopt that view or understand it more. So I definitely say what I believe can be influenced by TikTok. I feel as much as it comes up in my daily life, I know that there's a lot of especially with the increasing role of AI, there's a lot of fake news, and I've begun to question what I see on TikTok and social media as reality. It's so accessible and it dominates everybody's lives. I spend 3 to 4 hours on it a day. It just keeps showing up in my life, so I feel that's more appealing than something that takes a while to read. They're also so short that it's just bite-sized pieces of news.
Nathan isn't alone. Millions of teens trust TikTok creators more than trained journalists.
And it's worth noting that this trend is geared towards younger adults. As according to Pew Research Center, only 3% of seniors 65 and older reported getting news from TikTok.
So we wanted to hear from a creator directly. Let's get an outlook from someone with over 31,000 followers and almost 37 million cumulative likes.
I'm Eva. I'm a sophomore, and I'm on TikTok usually about a couple hours a day. I would say so. More of more of advice. I've just seen people say things about other people that aren't true, or stuff that where they misinterpret things just to get more popularity. Make sure everything is reliable and is true, and kind of just make sure you have your own opinion on it and keep it your opinion. I think more teens respond more to TikTok than any other platform.
Creators have influence, but journalism still matters. Trends from 2016 to 2025 show a decrease from 51% to 36% of US adults saying they follow the news all or most of the time. So we wanted an educator's perspective who still follows the news.
I'm Mrs. Hoeksema. I teach business law. And I do get a lot of my information from social media, and then also I subscribe to 2 daily newsletters that I read every day to get an idea of what is happening in the world. It kind of depends. If I feel like it is important to what we are currently talking about, then I will address and share some information. So if there's been times where there's been things especially when we've talked about contracts or defamation, some things that have happened this year. So I only bring it up if I feel like it's pertinent to what we're discussing in class. 100%. I think that's where students are getting all of their information. If it's not TikTok, then it's Instagram, everything that's only things that are online. I think a lot of times the sources aren't verified. So you don't always know who, first of all, where that person's getting their information from. And then if they're not a verified news source, then there can be a lot of just misinformation that's being passed on through TikTok. I think that the verification of the source, right? So if you're getting something from the Associated Press, now if it's an Associated Press channel on TikTok, then that's a little bit different. But I think really understanding where the information is coming from is what's most important.
After hearing from a student, a creator, and a teacher, one thing is clear. TikTok is redefining the role of journalism.
Traditional journalism offers verification, context, and depth. But if teens aren't consuming it, journalisms need to adapt.
If journalism wants to stay relevant, it has to meet teens where they are, on social media.
Thank you for watching Bring Your Fire.